driver, people on Malcolm, last seen on Malcolm towards the Olympic. It's a white van with a double top, driving recklessly. Information only is 2952 RDD84.
All right, hello everybody and welcome. This is tonight's live stream here on Starship Studios. I promised a live stream, so I'm here. I got to tell you, I don't see a lot going on out there right now, but that's okay. We're going to be here for a little while tonight. We're going to check out the news going on around the globe. There's a lot going on out there, but we don't have a lot of live cams for some reason to show you, but that's all right. We'll get there. All right, I'm getting everything signed in here. People are finding us and getting in here, and it's going to take a few minutes for all that to happen. For those just joining us, we provide a very unique kind of news coverage here, and I just want to thank everybody for being here. Check us out, try it out. We try to provide things to people in a multi-screen, multifaceted, multi-level, multi-everything format. I'm a multi guy. So there you go. Let's see. We've got, right now I have Los Angeles is the stream you hear up in the background. And I've got everything all turned up here. There we go. All right. I am live tonight in Starship Studios in Southwest Florida, where we just had a thunderstorm go overhead. And we dealt with that. Now, what we've got going on tonight, we've got in Minnesota, I think it is. Believe it or not, Minnesota. We're tracking some thunderstorms out here. I know it's crazy, but we're going to be tracking these tonight with, we've got a couple of storm chasers out here, and I want to pull up the one here. He's got a pretty good vantage point on this thing. Let's see if I can get him to come up here. Yeah, it's going to be him right here. We've got a lowering here, but we don't really have anything sticking down yet. So we're watching this one. Like I said, this is actually in Minnesota, where we're at right now with this particular storm. And so we are going to be watching this through the evening in Minnesota. We've got a large area here you can see in the brown. This area in the brown is a heightened level, and this includes the metro of Minneapolis. It also includes St. Cloud, and it is to the south of Duluth. So that entire area there can see some... I'm having issues with Radar Omega tonight. This is weird because I never have issues with Radar Omega, but now those lines have disappeared as well. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm going to try to reset that or something. I don't know what I got to do. But we also have a bunch of storm chasers down here. Look at this. We've got a whole cluster of them. They're sitting down here waiting for a storm. And let's see if we've got anything down there for offing right now. There we go. There is a storm here. We do have a J-hook on that one right there. And we do have storm chasers right there watching it. Let's see if any of them have a visual on this thing. Let's run through here. Aaron J. Jack, I don't think we're getting his cam. We do have a J-hook there. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the high-res reflectivity. Yep, there's your couplet. We do have opposing wind fields there. And so there easily could be a tornado there. Just trying to see. I'm not seeing any of these guys that have a visual on it yet. I'll pull up a few of these for you guys here for a few seconds, and we can see if they get a visual on this thing. All right, this program I'm using here is called Radar Omega. To use it on your computer like this does require a very inexpensive subscription, but it is definitely worth it to be able to do what I'm doing right now, especially when you're providing coverage like we are. This is an amazing broadcast tool to use to provide this kind of coverage. Now, there we go. We're watching 6 storm chasers live chasing this storm right here. We got some on this one and some on the one north of this. My tornado warnings are not showing up. I do believe this is tornado warned. Let's see, it's heading towards Gothenburg. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on this, and this will go down in the corner as we're covering other things. I'll show you guys where we are so far tonight. We are live streaming 2 different streams, one out of Jerusalem and one out of Tel Aviv, where we have had missiles raining down earlier this evening for them. This is in the overnight hours now over there, and we're watching to see if any additional missiles come in from Iran. So that's what we're watching for there on the 2 lower left screens. The 2 lower right screens are both live in Los Angeles. The upper right screen, I'm showing you this because we're going to talk about this in a few minutes. This is being broadcast now as a live video, and anybody that's been watching me knows this is not live. This is those autonomous cars that burned up a week ago Saturday. There is over 25 broadcasters right now, many of them foreign, that are putting this video out right now as live. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's the problem. If you put out a video that says live, okay, then when people pull it up and they see that it's live and it's got a little live bug in the corner, it's live on the screen, it's coming through YouTube live, everybody believes it's live, it says live in the title, live in the description. And it's bullcrap. I don't know how else to say it. It's complete bull. It's BS. Okay? I'm telling you, this video is from 9 days ago. And yet it's being put out as a live video. So anybody from any country that looks at YouTube to get news, what they're going to see is, my God, they've been rioting in that country for 9 days. They've been burning things. They're crazy, crazy, crazy. The truth is, there's only been about 8 or 10 cars burned in the entire situation ever, all over the country, okay? But you're going to see these same 5 cars get burned over and over and over and over again, because that's the dramatic footage that we have. You can see there's 3 different fires burning. Those fires burned 9 days ago, but that's still being put out as live. There is there's this video of the guys on horses pushing people back. That video is playing 24/7, 365, and it's been playing for 8 days. The point I'm trying to make is when these people are constantly putting out things as live, when they're not live, they're just doing it to get the hits. They get more hits than me. They get more views than me. It really kind of pisses me off that they actually can get more than me. And I'm actually striving to get live content, and I'm actually sitting here driving the show, producing the show live, and hosting the show. And you would think that it would, you would think that something like this would actually get more thumbs up, more likes, more hits. Hey, Victor, what's up, buddy? Hey, Bob. Hey, Kimba and Chuck. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chat room. I am answering questions tonight on anything: ham radio, paranormal, space weather, terrestrial weather, or event coverage like we're doing now. I'll cover anything on that. I won't cover anything that's political. I don't do any political on here. But I'll cover any of that other stuff. If you guys have any questions, if you want anything. The situation room. Yeah, well, there's a lot of different situations and there's a lot of different rooms. So anyway, like I said, I'm not going to get into what side I'm on or what I believe in politically, because none of that matters. We're doing a broadcast here tonight, and that's all I really care about. I want you guys to feel free to say whatever you want in the chat room. I am a free speech wonk, and I don't use that term lightly. I believe in free speech above all else, and so feel free to use my chat room. It is a free speech chat room. That being said, the only thing I will time you out for is if you start spamming, if you start copying the same message in over and over. Now, in previous nights, I've had the scanner up and I talk very little. After last night, I had a lot of people come and send me messages and even a few emails saying, hey, we want to hear you more. We want to hear commentary about the news. We want to hear the struggles you're having with the screens. We want to hear what's going on with you. And I'm like, oh, okay. The first couple nights I did this, I got complaints that I was talking too much and I needed to shut up and let the scanners play. So it's always a struggle here to find out exactly where where the consensus is on how much of me and how much scanner. Tonight, there's nothing going on the scanner, truthfully. So we're going to get a little more of me tonight. I saw, when I was at work earlier on one of the screens at work, they were showing a live shot of Tel Aviv, and I saw 3 missiles come in, and the defense system got all 3 of them. I only know of one that's actually gotten through so far. The systems are working very well. It's a combination of multiple systems, including our Iron Dome system that we gave them, and that they have installed and are operating wonderfully. The systems are working. They're keeping bombs from blowing up people's homes. That's I just can't believe what's going on right now. It's like, come on, guys. Why? All right, so let's see here. What do we got? Why is that showing? Oh, I know why. Because I got that on. There we go. Now the little slider thing at the top's working. There we go. All right, and we're watching the aircraft tracker that's in L.A. We're watching the LAPD aircraft do its thing. And we've got what I think to be live, center right, and center top. I believe those to be live. The center top is D.C., the center right is Los Angeles. It took me like 25 minutes to come live tonight when I got home. I got home an hour late from work for various reasons. That's going to happen a lot this week, unfortunately. And I ended up sitting here for 25 minutes trying to find enough screens to put up so I can go live. It's kind of crazy. I am going to turn it over to scanner coverage on and off tonight, but for right now, I'll stay with you guys for just a little while here, and then I need to take about a 15-minute break. Let's see. Yes, Victor, we got some heavy rain. I got lightning outside now in the distance. I got thunder rolling. We had a lightning storm move through earlier, and as far as that goes right now, it's not too bad. That lightning storm has moved away. I'm trying to see. We've got one here that we've lost the signal on. So I'm trying to find another one that we don't have. Okay, I've got that one. All right, thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the subscribe, guys. It makes a big difference when you're starting out here. I've been doing this 5 years. It takes a long time. It takes a long time doing YouTube to get any kind of numbers at all. And so I really, really, really appreciate it. All right, let me get back to that flight tracker and fix that error. Okay, the LAPD chopper is gone now. It has landed, which probably means it is refueling. Let's see, which chopper is this? There's the sheriff chopper. Let's follow him for a while. Let me go into follow mode on. This is the LA County Sheriff's chopper, and it's doing its thing. Looks like it's down just south of Willowbrook, and it's southbound at this time. So we'll track him here for a few minutes. That upper one in the middle, I do believe is live. I watched the sunset in D.C. on that one, so I think it's live. And it doesn't look like there's a lot going on the mall down in D.C. I have a love-hate with D.C. I love that place, but I hate dealing with it when I'm there. It's like the most powerful place in the world when you're there. It's like amazing. It's like the energy is just amazing in that place. Oh, I love the Smithsonian's. I absolutely love the Smithsonian museums more than you'll ever know. Yeah, JD, I mean, those three I saw coming in earlier, you could see one little thing moving up. I could see things moving up. You couldn't really see them that well. And then all of a sudden, they turned into pieces. So there you go. Well, thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks, Gus. I do appreciate that. That's right. Yeah, I don't normally give people the boot, but, we'll see what happens. I'm a free speech wonk. I will let people pretty much, if you want to just sit in there and call me an idiot all night, I guess that's fine. I mean, we'll let it go. It is what it is. All right, so those two from Israel are live. Oh, don't start yawning, my God. And like I said, all those Stormchaser cams that we're watching, the ones that are rolling, are live. And I believe everything else here is live. The stuff that's daylight is out. Actually, that upper right one's probably not live. The sun is way too high in the sky for... oh, wait a minute. That's days ago. I'm sorry. See, I'm so used to trying to find videos that are bad that I found that video and found that it was bad. Yeah, that's the problem there. Okay, so that upper right corner one, I'm just going to leave that for now. That is that looping video. I want you guys to see. That looping video that you're watching right there has been duplicated and copied and duplicated and copied over and over and over on a bunch of channels, including Mint and Crux. Yeah, I'll call them out. I don't give a shit. Mint and Crux and some of these others. Hindu Times. I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of them out there. And they're literally just replaying that content over and over and over again. Even ones like E-Times and the Daily Guardian has got 2 or 3 streams going right now, and they're all from 2 or 3 days ago when they were doing the tear gas there behind the federal building. And then there's a couple here I don't recognize from the other day, but even CNN. Here we go, CNN. Okay. Whatever you think positive or negative about CNN, they've got 5 live streams up playing previous days' recordings, but it says live. And in the corner, it says live. And in the description, it says live. It says Los Angeles riots live, ICE raids live, massive No Kings protests in downtown Los Angeles. That's what it says. CNN, News 18 feed 18. Now, why? They're literally doing this for the money. They got 232 people watching a 7-day-old video right now. They're just sitting here watching an old video from days ago. And I'm thinking, what the hell? I don't know. And let's see, there's... Times of India. I mean, this Times of India is playing days old. This playing a vehicle search they did, not this last weekend, but the weekend before. Here's Crux, literally a 7-day-old video. There's just so many of these. I could just sit here and call them all out. Here's CNBC. Now, they're a little bit better. I'm not a big NBC fan, but they're a little bit better as far as their stuff is either live or close to live. But I'm sitting here looking at one. I don't believe this is live right now. I saw this yesterday. But it is kind of hard to tell sometimes because, remember, we're watching the same people march with the same banners down the same streets next to the same cops. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of hard to figure out what's live and what isn't live. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. This CNBC one here might be. I don't know. But no, it can't be. Nope. There's tear gas everywhere. I don't believe any tear gas has been deployed yet today. I haven't gotten any reports of any tear gas going out today that I've seen. So I don't think that's the case with that one at all. All right. Yeah. And then, again, nothing much there. All right, guys, listen, I want you to stay with us here, okay? This is Starship Adventures, and my production assistant, Simplex Radio, just got here, and we're going to be working with you guys through the night, giving you coverage on what's going on around the world. We are live in Tel Aviv and in Jerusalem, also live in Los Angeles. We're live in D.C., and we're watching Radar Omega, where we're live in 2 different states watching Stormchasers chase storms live. So there's a lot going on right now. There's nothing really big going on, but there's a lot going on. The upper right corner, that was days ago. That's that old video. I'm running that so you guys can watch it, sit here and loop. This is what all of these 50 or 100 channels out there right now are putting out, this same exact video that you see here. It's just ridiculous. All right, stay with us. This is Starship Adventures. I need about a 5-minute break here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And I'm going to turn up the scanners so you'll be able to hear that while we're in break.
Boulevard, Lawrence West Boulevard, to 3 into 30 feet, person 37, 1251.
APM will be sending by your father location. Indiana, vehicle license plate 7, William Lane, Lincoln 567, 7 William Lane,
Southeast units, cut off.
120, Tommy, 1UR97 with the 1179, you have only stopped.
Right.
No?
No, someone can hear from
Yeah, information period is 23102, westbound San Luis 605, white semi, Ford San Charles 5850. Honking at vehicles, driving at 6. No further distance.
Locally in NCIC, 2023 Hyundai, registered to an address out of Indiana.
Yeah, code 692 or fair location.
264 someone?
Code 2, incident 3013 and RD 1753.
Correction, 2182, respond to the CPS to speak with the manager.
In custody, Harbor, and 62.
17.
2182, Roger.
Charles Harbor, and 62, suspect in custody.
Harley is 415 Mansion, Woodcut, Chevron, and Woodcut, the Middle Street, Suspect No. 122nd, White Shirt Routine, Plymouth 543, 3014, 1531.
77th unit, Chocolate suspects there now, 5850 South Vermont Avenue at 5 below. Suspects 3 female black, in their 20s, one wearing white shirt and shorts, another wearing black shirt, code 2103016, 1239.
Harbor unit, trespass suspect are now 931 South Scaffy Street at St. Peter Library. Suspect is a male black or black clothing. Code 2 is at 3017, RG565.
2182, respond to Sherman Way, West Minnesota.
Newark, traffic control, collision 2713 San Marino Street, code 2, incident 3015,
95 in the Hollywood, code 30 Victor,
10905,
father, male Armenian, black
45
shirt,
before that, license turning clear, it's expired as of 2023. The 2016 Chevy is also suspended. I will route it to you.
radio check, loud and clear.
You're welcome. Any 77th unit, shoplifting suspects there now, 5850 South Vermont Avenue at 5 below. Suspects 3 female black, in their 20s, one wearing white shirt and shorts, another wearing black shirt, code 2103016, 1239.
Penny Harbor unit, trespass suspect are now 931 South Scaffy Street at St. Peter
Stop by
Library.
35 way of the handle, 927C15340 Avis Avenue, again 15340 Avis in Lawndale. Informant says he recently broke up with his girlfriend. Received a message from her stating she wants to hurt herself. Informant has heard from her over an hour. It's 5159.
Units code 4, Adams and Vineyard.
The restaurant, suspect male Hispanic, 20 to 30 years, white shirt, black pants, under the influence of unknown substance, was chasing and attempting to hit the business owner, male, wearing a blue shirt, khaki pants. Code 27021 9513.
9X6,
9X6, 9X6, call in, sideline.
Queen 4, cancel your code data breaker, 601 Medio Avenue, cancel by alarm company, incident 3008.
8, Queen 4, Roger, thank you.
Another suspect there now, 1111 West Pacific Coast Highway. The suspect is now walking northbound from the location, hidden vehicle. This is in 3021.
220, unit. Handling,
Suspect there now, 1111 West
7822, yes, 814 the panel, 144 suspect announced, 292
white shirt, black pants, under the influence of unknown substance, was chasing and attempting to hit the business owner, male, wearing white shirt, khaki pants.
2922, 7221.
13. 13.
197, Victor, 44701,
104217 on Boulevard in the parking lot. Code 2073020, RD 829.
3023,
available grave unit, West 20,001, southbound 710, north of Washington. Victim vehicle over motorcycle in the center divide.
Simplex unit ambulance traffic 21313 way 213 stadium way code 3 into 364 center traffic units auto identified.
No further.
8272 grave, recover from vehicle.
Disregard.
8272 for vehicle.
Check
9X6 3017.
Mission Community Hospital in Center 116.
5826, Roger.
Any Hollywood unit to handle code 30 Victor 1657 Northwestern Avenue, code 2, incident 2938.
9X16, we could go grab it for them.
Ambulance battery maintenance to Travis. The victim is a non-Hispanic wearing a white shirt, blue jeans. Suspect in a black heavy shirt wearing a yellow Lakers shirt, white shorts. Code 2730228 RD111.
If I have 82400 or 420 1125 West Fountain, East Santa Ana, Santa Anita Corrections. That frame number
2228 years, black cap, white shirt, red pants.
Female officer, mean 13X42, 52nd Street in San Pedro, for transport incident 2923.
Young George Lincoln 0419, Young George Lincoln 041. It's
82 420, C-Watch, over and route.
5552 and additional units are making entry 10528 live oak.
6846, I handle.
Hey, 95, Roger, thank you. I'm ready now for your first suspect is at Pico in Burlington. I'll be running towards costume suspect with a male black, 25 years, wearing dark clothing. My compensation coach 1034 285. The back.
7300 LaSalle Avenue. Subject male, 23 years, black shirt, white shorts. Go down 73036 RD 1252.
Incident 3015 RD 2049.
Code 3 from back station to Maple.
Metro.
Seven 120, Tom, my copy number 1 lane is now open. Was there an additional unit with traffic for LA? Rena 270,
Robert 2, will be around 215.
I don't know what we're seeing on that Jerusalem cam, but it almost looks like a trail coming in. I don't know what's going on, or if they've zoomed in on something. That almost looks like clouds that are illuminated, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. That's a little concerning there, because I'm sitting here looking at what, I don't know what's going on there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, other than that, let's see here. Stormchasers are still on that storm. It looks like the J-hook's kind of gone away. It looks like some of the intensity's kind of gone away as well. Well, let me take a quick peek here at the other guys. See what they got going on up here. We'll leave it up here for a minute. Check them out. They've got this little storm down here, but it did have a fairly good J-hook there for a little while. So we're going to watch that as well. This is continuing coverage of whatever's going on anywhere. I had a lot of people last night. I just stayed on and just covered whatever we talked about last night, and I had a lot of positive input. If you guys want to say something directly to me, just put at Starship Adventures on there so that I know that you're talking to me. And I really appreciate it. You guys feel free to chat about whatever you want. I don't have any rules in here because I'm a free speech advocate and I don't believe in policing speech. All right, and we're going to be continuing our coverage. We're getting up our secondary coverage tonight over on Simplex Radio. and that'll be up here in just a few minutes. We'll be giving you a link for that. And all is well out there as far as I don't see what that was zooming in on. There's something in the sky there in Jerusalem. There's a cloud up there. It looks like something might have been inbound. I'm not sure. Again, we're keeping an eye on that. I'm going to try to replace some of those bottom right ones. I'm going to try to replace that one there and find something to go in there. There is the curfew map tonight. Now, they have reduced the size of the curfew map tonight in LA, and I'm not aware of any other curfews that are going on tonight. There was talking about one in Portland, but that's the only other place that I remember even there any being speak about it. All right, I'm gonna take a break for a few minutes, guys. I just got off of a full shift at work, so I need to grab a bite to eat. I need to throw some groceries down my neck, and so I'm gonna do that right now. And I just need a few minutes, and I'm gonna be continuing to watch this while I'm doing that, and I'm going to continue looking for feeds. Look at that upper right corner, the one that says days ago. That's that loop. It just sits there and loops all that smoke coming up. Because why? Because it's dramatic as hell. That's why. All right, in the upper middle there in Washington, I do believe that's live. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on there in D.C. Looks like a rainy evening. All right, stay with us. This is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian, and we're going to continue this unique coverage for a while this evening and see how it goes.
West traffic unit. Traffic collision 271-310 Marion Street, code 210-3015, RD 2049.
With bicycle NFC threatened to hit informant for no reason and be seen on CCTV on transit site. Way into Honda, Sherman Way into Honda, code 3, incident 3047, RD 1505. Unit 311 and 9067 Van Nuys Boulevard, suspect now standing, 20 is no shirt, pants around ankles. Code 2, incident 3048, RD 1974.
It was Thursday there for 2 hours.
Every time West 20, regular for 2 hours.
Reaching a 10 that we turned down. TTA suspect just left 3980 Marion Street, code 2 and 2997 RD 2031 before going outside division identify.
And West 20 stop temp is going to be from late 2 to 4. Van Nuys Boulevard, suspect now standing, 20 is no shirt.
Oh, they're letting the caller.
3048, RD 1974.
Any looting unit battery just occurred central in Washington. See the victim, male 65 years, wearing dark blue shirt, blue bottoms, will direct to the suspect.
Channel unit 450 woman, West Boulevard in Slauson. West Boulevard in Slauson. Subject to the female black, 70 years, 5'10", thin build. Wearing a scarf on head, white apron, green or gray skirt to knees, black and white shoes. Monitor comments. Go 3, incident 3053, RD 1211.
38-3, X-ray 98, are you clear?
At the 7-Eleven, the appearance of the entrance door tied with a plastic from inside. There's no employee seen. It's got 3 incident 3052, RD 1517.
415 family, 945 League Avenue, cross of Ragas.
77th unit, 450 woman, West Boulevard in Slauson. West Boulevard in Slauson. Subject to the female black, 70 years, 5'10", thin build. Wearing a scarf on head, white apron, green or gray skirt to knees, black and white shoes. Monitor comments. Go 3, incident 3053, RD 1211.
Hollywood Station to Vineland and Minoan.
77th unit, 450
approaching Woven, West Boulevard in Slauson. West Boulevard in Slauson. Subject is a female, black, 70 years, 5'10", thin build, wearing a scarf on head, white apron, green or gray skirt to knees, black and white shoes. Roger, common.
Possible female mental illness 3246 Coahuila Boulevard, code 2 and send 3011 RD 615.
6 to control. Keeper, 585, correction, 920 Nicholson. Is Long Beach occurrence, or is it going to be Harbor occurrence, man? Because it seems like this side is going to be Long Beach.
606, come back. 266, go ahead with your North Carolina plate.
6101 West Manchester at the GNM gas station. Suspect male, black 30 years, wearing a black shirt and gray shorts. Purpose sprayed the victim male.
And for checking on your North Carolina plate, King Frank John 4471. Dreadlocks, green hat. King Coaching Center 064555.
Mission units.
8270, just from public second, going to be 97 with that suspect vehicle, southbound 710-1, off ramp to the 4 point.
Blue shorts, black backpack. Code 3, incident 3061, RD 1981.
What message repeat?
Units, battery suspect dispatch 610 Manchester at the GNM gas station. Suspect male, black 30 years, wearing a black shirt and gray shorts. Purpose sprayed the victim male, no further description.
Traffic unit, ambulance traffic. 1138 West Washington Boulevard, 1138 West Washington Boulevard is good to incident 3059 and RD 292. 10-4 is en route to your box. You're welcome.
58 David, go ahead with the plate.
Whatever you need.
10-4, 1022.
Any Central Traffic Unit, ambulance traffic. 1138 West Washington Boulevard, 1138 West Washington Boulevard is good to incident 3059 and RD 292. 111 boy going 97 and a 2A
2713 San Marino Street, code 2 and send 3015 RD 2049.
Suspect male, black 30 years, wearing a black shirt, gray shorts. Purpose sprayed the victim male, no further description. Code 2 and send 3015 RD 77.
140 pounds. Dreadlocks, green hat. No weapon seen, coaching center 064555.
23, Washington.
Any unit,
East 14th Street. Suspect is 3 male unknowns. Number 1 wearing a black ski mask, dark blue sweater, black pants. Number 2 wearing a black ski mask.
Available at Kansas 2053.
Black hooded
Watch
sweater.
2 up
Number 3
incident
blue ski mask.
2997. Identify.
Incident 3063 RD 1313.
Any Central Traffic Unit, ambulance traffic. 1138 West Washington Boulevard, 1138 West Washington Boulevard is good to incident 3059 and RD 292.
Watch 3 units to handle the
Response suspect is Lester, 110 South Vermont Avenue, Global Motel. Suspect 20-30 years, number 1, female, black, wearing red shirt, blue shorts, last seen a black BMW, ununlocked plate on gauge, list out location. Suspect number 2, boyfriend, male, black, wearing black shirt, blue shorts, last seen on sweater, entering a bus, unknown direction. Code 2 is 3045, RD 1248.
2895, watch 3 record.
It's going to be 29.
That's in Southeast. Correction, 2845, watch 3 roger.
37-400, raise up an alternate. I have an 1126 pending, northbound 110 north of Sepulveda. It's going to be a beige sedan on the right shoulder. No further.
In our jurisdiction.
1406 Charles Engate, they arrived at the location.
877 Unit AW response, suspect just
Report
lost
information when you find him.
Robert 2, 87. Suspect 20-30 years, number 1, female, black, wearing red shirt, blue shorts,
77 Robert 2,
black, boyfriend, male, black, wearing black shirt, blue shorts, last seen on sweater, entering the bus, unknown direction. Code 2 says
400 copies, and NYPD is 1010 for the night. 3817 Claremont Avenue, across the 7th Street, Eugene Avenue, armed robbery. Daughter, female 15, name and call, trying to fight family members. Informant stated DP diagnosed with depression and anxiety. No weapons seen. Yelling heard in background. Tag 253.
Alternate, I have an 1182 Suspect male, black, 40 years, black shirt, has a male deceased. Victim POA. Suspect currently running on Manchester.
In a white Honda Accord and a black Civic Tacoma. Driver Tacoma refusing to take information.
Do you love your bank? No. What if you had a bank account that didn't have any monthly fees or a minimum balance? Would that change your mind at all?
I would be into that.
Yeah, I think so.
And what if you could get up to $500 of your pay in between pay periods?
That sounds great.
Is that real? It's Chime. Join Chime today, the #1 most loved banking app.
Manchester at a
Dear CUNY, I don't know of any other school that runs its city like you, that paints its town with its face like you. Everywhere I turn, every building is a student. Every train car is a classroom. But at least the only loan I've acquired is at my school library. The only debt I owe is to them, to you all, who remind me to dream just like our city life, for the makers and shakers, for the thinkers, the dreamers, for those of us who dare.
By Kitty Hawk, 89, in Hollywood, possible with mental illness, 324, incident 3011, suspect neighbor, male, black, 50 years, black shirt, multicolored pants, code 2, insert 3080, RD 911.
10-4 checking on your California plate, 8, Edward, Tom, Mary, 3.
First item for 2 West Boston Avenue, place the location, station center 03, 1239,
Code 2, incident 3078, Christian Murder, comments for further, code 2, incident 3078, RD 2033.
3971, tailgating, high speeds, and out of lanes. Clear out of San Dimas. Eastbound 60 from Paramount. Up further to Eugene, clear 251.
Any Olympic unit, residents of suspect there now, 3640 Bullshit
Boulevard. Information on the street, suspect no white, area of Ventura and Vineland, suspect vehicle, white,
Code 2, incident 3078, Christian
Adam,
Murder,
Victor
comments for further, incident 3078,
Adam, Victor William, black, 50 years, black shirt, multicolored pants, code 2, incident 3080, RD 911, blue shirt.
Any holiday unit, just access to suspect there now, 2448 Northeastern Avenue on the 3rd floor, suspect female Hispanic 40, wearing a gray sweater, blue pants, blue shoes.
Roger.
Code 2, incident 3084,
Show
me around
30.
10-15 going into the city, further response needed at a 4946 unit at LA Fitness, 8909 Washington Boulevard, 8909 Washington unit LA Fitness, narrowed to call Packers 107 unit code.
Hey, what's going on? Unit suicide,
545,
Avenue, subject male, 13 years. No longer armed with any weapons. Code 2, incident 30740, 1061.
6349, 6348, 248, 57.
Meeting Bridge View, that's on the highway, good West Boston, down, vehicle, white Jaguar, suspect vehicle, black minivan, that is Lorena, brake checking, heading from off numbers,
Hispanic 34 years, blue shirt, blue pants, code 2, incident 3086, RD 2076.
1451, responding to 3. From CTV to 1138 West Washington Boulevard.
1038 with 2, 10-2 Western Rancho Vista Boulevard at the Shell gas
station. On 101 freeway. On Vermont, overpass at the northbound 101 freeway side at subject is a female 15 to 16 years blonde, white handcuffed, jeans, possibly standing on a ledge on the Vermont overpass. Code 3 incident 3082, ID 211.
59, 89, cancel your response, incident 3011, Hollywood unit.
Deputy Domestic Violence Suspect just left, 7110 South Vermont Avenue, code 2, incident 3045, RD 1248. Also attempt suicide, 742 West Boston Avenue, code 2, incident 3083, RD 1239.
Incident 2420, code
25 MX 86, 25 MX 86,
Hey, Roger, TCO on I-1126. Northbound 110,
Here is a monitoring center.
37 120 Tom A1, copy TCL on the 1126 northbound 110. 77 400, did you copy?
15 Vermont and the 101 freeway, Vermont and the 101 freeway. on Vermont, pass at the northbound 101 way side at subject female 15.
Dispute at 2359 at all Grove Street. Is now a possible kidnap suspect there now. Additional viewers calling to the other daughter. Female attack 19 years, light brown hair, light brown eyes, limbo. Due to issue with being held at the location into
MS 86, 25, MS 86, 31.
Identifying as male, blonde or brown, 5'7", 175. Status states non-disputed, no FDA.
25, MS 86. Repeat transmission about traffic stop.
Traffic 6 and Harvard Street from the corner
202, go ahead with your second subject.
Are you calling that? All Grove Street is now a possible kidnap suspect there now. Additional viewers calling to its other daughter. Female attack 19 years, light brown hair, light brown eyes, limbo. Stated she was being held at the location against her will.
Incident at 3015 has been escalated to an ambulance, DUI, vehicle versus garage, code 3, RD 2029, West Traffic in town.
Suspect there now, 3640 Wilshire Road, code 2 and 078 RD 2033. Battery just occurred 1641 South New Hampshire, code 2 incident 3086 RD 2076.
Incident at 3015 has been escalated to an ambulance, DUI.
You know how a few small
Name, DOB, and DL number as given with the middle name of Andrew. Address of 4150 West Avenue, J. John 6 in Lancaster. Identifying as male, brown over hazel, 6'2", 189. Class B non-commercial. License status valid. No FG. 266.
Incident at 3015 has been escalated to an ambulance, DUI, vehicle versus garage, code 3, 2039, West Traffic in town.
Standing outside 7235 Boston. She's wearing a blue shirt.
All right, guys, I'll be in just a second here. I'm finishing up the last few things here, and I'll be right in. We'll do a rundown.
Here disconnected. There's no further additional incident. P083.
40 years. PR standing outside of 315, respect inside with mother, code 3, incident 3097, RD 1043. Hotel unit, identified.
Any area coming on red for a frequency for a possible jumper for 1 and the 101.
5929, line 110, route 5. Male adult in wheelchair in the middle of bus receiving to J area of bus. Lawrence, supervisor, 22.
1270, jump here on 252 2 Harvard.
7017 is additional on a possible attempt suicide, 742 West Lawson Avenue. Location was phase 2.
14, verify you are transporting a female.
53 Bonsalo Avenue. Here disconnected. There's no further additional incident. 3083.
Any area coming out of
possible female mental illness 3242 Colinga, code 2 incident 3011 RD.
First times on Depot Drive at the residence incident 3104.
Mr. Colin Carter from my staff. It was code 4 prior to arrival.
8813, Roger.
DCNet ambulance Barry 12722 South Figueroa. I'm at the bus stop. See the victim. Will direct to the suspect across the street. Mount Black. Further, the twins in 3101 and RD 1831.
Code 4 service, DOA. We have a victim here. The victim is RA2 Del Taco. It's going to be for a male.
Can you remove the 7911 stack?
8811 North
Due to an assault. He is conscious and breathing.
68 for 6 Roger.
RA request, Latina and Manchester, Del Taco.
Watch 2 is code 4, accidental ionization.
We're on the rover activation.
Accident only, Van Nuys.
82600, 110, 1126, northbound Supply North 260, white SUV, two passing motorist, passes on, steel tire. Altitude split 1010,
Dragon 10 camel splash bands. Code 273106, RD 2031.
Copy.
Before
Suspect there now, 3640, Waterfall, code 273078, RD 2030.
Attorney Ringer 2340 West 31st Street and Residence Incident 3187 RD 335.
Reno, code 273093, RD 2033.
Rose Street. Subject is a female, possibly aged 70 to 80 years, wearing a tan shirt with glasses, black pants with a walker. Monitor the comments is code 2, incident 3110, RD 2133.
Tell me which rover is being activated, please.
Code 30 and RD 335. 863 rover 2054956. Hatteras Street. Incident 3050, RD 2161. 495.
76.
Roger, we'll reset it.
2069, verify walk, 8936.
331 West Street.
Rover activation, accident only, Van Nuys, watch,
Female has gone in 70 years. Hello, Sierra and Manchester. Suspect DOA. Monitor comments code 2, incident 3109, RD 914.
Anything unit found adult.
West traffic units and 6846.
77, 3 Tanqueray, if you can divert, finding 2011-25, westbound 921, a quarter of a mile east of Longview. It's going to be a brown gold SUV in the middle lane with an F3 driver. 1-1831, are you clear?
13, let me get additional units.
Suspect DOA. Correction, code 4 Adam.
7200 Tom, can I get an update on the 1185 for Rosecrans at Broadway?
Fire Department for Bank of One.
7700 Tom, 10-4, stand by.
Suspect DOA. Correction, code 4 Adam. Hello, Sierra and Manchester.
Your time, my round.
7200 Tom, I copy.
Inbound that car, you back in or canceling?
8814, Roger.
All right, guys, I'm back, and let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on out there. There is a number of things going on, so what I want to do is a quick news roundup. This is something I like to do to kind of bring everybody up to speed on what's going on out there, and then we'll go through what we've got on the screen. First of all, let's talk about the civil unrest across the United States. In Los Angeles, they've had 900 arrests. 4,100 National Guard troops and 700 Marines currently enforcing a curfew, which has been reduced in size for tonight as compared to last night. There has been 450 clashes between police and Sheriff's Department there in LA County and protesters. 80 businesses have been looted, 20 officers have been injured, and protests escalated through Sunday, but tonight we're not seeing much in the way of activity, and we're watching. There's a few corner protests going on here and there, but everything's peaceful so far, but we are continuing to watch it. New York, 180 have been arrested, 70 charged, 200 detained. 12 officers were hurt during the protests. And right now there's no curfews. Right now no one else has a curfew, so I'm not going to mention that again. The only curfew tonight is in LA. Chicago, 150 detained, 350 police present. 6 injured, 30 arrested. Protest blocked the streets in Chicago. Seattle, 35 arrested, 70 protesters remained last night after a dispersal order was given. 8 officers were injured total in the incident out in Seattle. Police cleared the intersections finally on Sunday night, and today we're not really reporting much there as well. San Diego, 800 gather over the last few days, peaceful, no arrests. 1,800 expected were expected yesterday. I don't think they got quite that to show up. San Francisco, 350 arrested, 1,700 protesters a total. Dallas, 30 arrested. Austin, 25 arrested. Philadelphia, 180 have been detained, but we don't have an accurate count on arrests. 80 were charged. Jerusalem. Let's talk about the situation in Israel. In Jerusalem, 7 killed in overnight missile strikes from Iran. 4 in Tamra, and rescue efforts ongoing. Air defense active on Sunday. In Tehran, Israel strikes and hits Arni and military bases. The Fordow plant, 60% uranium enrichment plant was targeted. Tensions rise on Sunday into Monday. Gaza, 28 killed. There was a strike on a hospital. The Khan Yunis hospital was struck. 40 injured. Israel claims Hamas leaders targeted the hospital, and investigation is underway. West Bank, IDF drone strikes killed 10 in Tumen and Tamun. I'm sorry, God, I'm not good with these foreign names. I'm sorry. Protests escalate. Settlers expansion and the fuel. There's issues there with fuel. Let's see. Lebanon, 22 killed as IDF fires on returnees. 40 shooting incidents. They always have that problem over there where you're fighting a military that doesn't wear uniforms. So it's kind of a really difficult situation for people on both sides of that mess over there. Major weather in the Midwest. We're tracking major weather in the Midwest right now. Let's see. Tornadoes, Kansas, Missouri, 5 dead, 50 injured, 200 homes damaged. Power out for 10,000 yesterday. Iowa floods, heavy rains, 3 rivers overflow, 1,000 evacuated. 15 roads have closed. Flash flood warnings were issued through the day yesterday, and flooding continues today. Nebraska winds, 80-mile-an-hour gusts in Nebraska were reported. 2 were injured. 500 power lines were down. Widespread power outages and cleanup was underway going into Monday morning. Minnesota hail, golf ball size hail, 10 cars damaged. A barn was destroyed. Farmers are assessing crop losses as they move into Monday. Other significant incidents, let's see. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so that's what we have. That is our news roundup, guys. That's what's happening out in the great, wonderful world out there. So far tonight, I'm not seeing any large protests anywhere. I'm not seeing anything. I think that Saturday was kind of the big load, and I think Sunday, I think we saw last night kind of the residuals. Tonight, we're seeing a few corner protests, and that's about it. Trying to see if there's anything in the chat room I need to address. If anybody has any questions or would like to put anything in the chat room, that would be great. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have in the chat room. Okay, I got a poll coming out. There you go. You can take a little poll there. Do you guys think that all this will fix anything? And that's a fair question. I'm not going to give you the results quite yet. I'm going to let it sit for a minute. But I will tell you, I've run this poll every night for the last 5 or 6 nights. And there's not a whole lot of confidence that there's going to be any tangible results that are going to be seen out of this. So, unfortunately, I think that might be the case. Let's see here. We've got some people responding to that. There it is. All right, guys, throw a subscribe in there. How are we doing over there? We got it up? All right, let me get that link. All right, guys, we've got up our full page, our full screen flight tracker, and also you got the scanners up, right? You got scanners going, and we also have scanners going, and that's over on Simplex Radio. I'm going to put a link in here for you guys. And you can go over there, and basically he's working in here with me tonight. So, I just pasted in some latitude and longitude. Let's see, let's try this. Let me try to do this again. There we go. Hey, there it is. Did I see what happened in Chicago today? No, I'm not aware what happened in Chicago. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking now. I'll check that out. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like ICE got aggressive with somebody out there. That'll have to be investigated. Those guys are under a lot of scrutiny right now, whether you like them or hate them. They have to do it right. I mean, that's how it has to be done. So they'll have to check that out and make sure that it was done properly. All right, let's see. Looking at the Stormchasers here, we've got a wonderful sunset going on right now in the Midwest. Absolutely wonderful. They're up here near Minneapolis. These guys here. Let me see if I can pull this up full screen. We've got look at that. We've got a wonderful sunset going on right now. Let me pull this one up. Yep. There we go. I'll be able to pull this one up. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful sunset going on right now out in Beaufort Township, Minnesota. And that's from Stormchaser Aiden O'Brien via Radar Omega. Look at that beautiful sunset. All right, there you go. And let's see what their storm's doing right now. These storms have not been doing very much. This one looks like it's kind of fading away to nothing. I think these guys have let it go. They basically pull over somewhere and just let it go by. It's not doing anything. Down here, storms are a little more active down here. We've got our other storm chasers over here on the right and lower left. Those are these guys up here on this storm. All right, there's what's going on with that. And our flight tracker right now, we are on this channel. We're tracking the sheriff's chopper. If you want to go to our full flight tracker channel, and see the full screen flight tracker, it just put that Latin longitude in again. I don't know what this thing is doing, dude. All right, let me pull up my notepad and just put it in there. Nope. All right, I got you live. It's working good. All right, and what he does is he's going to be over there selecting the different aircraft and showing you what aircraft are in the area and where they're working. Okay. I'm going to put this on a thing here so I can just paste it in for you guys. All right, there you go, guys. There's the link directly to the tracker and also the link to Simplex Radio. If you guys give him a like and a subscribe, I'd appreciate it because he's here tonight in studio, volunteering his time through the evening to help keep us on the air here. It's always easier and the production is always better when we have a production assistant in here and I'm not in here by myself. All right. Let me see what we got going on. Carl, you worked at a radio station? Yeah, I currently work in broadcasting. I produce, right now, I produce the #1 rated local show in our entire broadcast area. I hate to brag, but I will, whatever. Yeah, it's a good one. It's WFSX is where I work. It's a great little station, and I do talk radio, and I produce The Drive with Trey Radel. And I enjoy what I do. I really do. I've been producing radio there about 14 years. I retired from the fire service, worked my way up through the ranks there, retired out, took a few years doing different things, walked into the radio station with a suit on one day, and they hired me. The next thing you know, I've worked there almost 14 years now. Let's see here. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Put them in there. Let's see how that poll came out. That's cool, Carl. As much as I love talk radio, I always thought it'd probably be more cool to be a DJ. Let's see. There we go. Will this fix anything? 87% of you say no. This protesting and all the civil unrest will not fix anything. So that's what I mean. It's kind of a serious poll there. Thank you for voting, everybody. I'll have another one here in just a few minutes. I'm working right now on trying to figure out what kind of coverage would work out here on YouTube. I've been covering this thing for 9 days. I put up the live stuff. Everybody seems to be fairly receptive, and there's just nothing to put up tonight. So I'm I'm literally improvising. I'm putting up the Tel Aviv, the Jerusalem stuff, which, by the way, it's looks like it's daybreak in Tel Aviv. I thought it was a little later than this. Maybe not. I'm going to double check that feed in just a minute. Like quite a lightning show going on one of those Stormchaser cams. Let's see if I can pull that up for you guys. There's that one on the right in the center there. He's got a lowering up there, but it doesn't look like it's anything too suspicious. Lots of lightning going on. Looks like the one in the middle there, he's already lost his windshield. Safe Flight must love those guys. Can you imagine? Holy crap. There we go. I didn't think it was going to transition. I'm like, go, go, go. Oh, boy. You know, Thomas, something is definitely going on. In times past, I've been able to find many, many more live feeds. And yes, Facebook. I can't find anything on Facebook. It's a little strange. I do believe there's definitely some stifling of free speech there. Not happy to hear that. WZYQ. Well, there you go. All right. That's cool. You know, that really sucks if Facebook is shadow banning or direct banning or whatever they're doing. That really sucks if they're doing that. I really, really hate to see that. In a world. Anyway, I love doing those movie trailers. The In a World guy, that I forget his name. He died. He died a while back. So there's a video. If you guys are into voice guys, I know probably nobody's into voice guys, but if you're into voice guys, there's a video that they did with the 4 biggest voice guys in the world. You would recognize all 4 of these voices. They do all the movie trailers, and it's literally they go around in a limo and pick each other up, and on the way in, they all have a conversation in the back of the limo, but they all do it in their movie trailer voices. And he'll be like, in a world where I'm in a limo. It's great, dude. Oh, it's a funny video. If you're not a voice guy, you probably wouldn't appreciate it. And the other guy gets in, he goes, and I feel like I'm amongst stars. Yeah. Oh, well. That was fun. I really like that. All right, so when you guys get a chance, go over and give. Thanks, Victor. I appreciate that. Won't need it much anymore. AI's doing all the voicing now. We have commercials running right now on our station that are completely AI. AI-generated music in the background, so there's no copyright. AI-generated script. And in fact, yes, AI-generated voice. There's even programs they're working on right now where the program just makes it makes the whole commercial for you. You just put in what you're selling and everything, and it comes up and it makes the commercial. In a world where you need a new roofer or whatever, it actually writes the commercial for you. And it's like, Jesus Christ! And then it makes the music, and it makes it's kind of crazy when you think about it. AI is growing so fast. I talked about this a lot last night. The speed that AI is growing is just it's crazy. Skynet approves. Or is it, what are you doing, Dave? I feel strange, Dave. Name the movie. Name the movie. Carl, I don't think terrestrial radio is not dying. It's not even on life support yet. Is there a decline? Sure. The number of radios is going up. The number of listeners is steady or going down. So yeah, it's not a market that's going to increase anymore in size. But I think it's got a long way to go. There you go. 2001: A Space Odyssey. When he was shutting the rogue computer down, it asked him, "What are you doing, Dave?" That was a classic sci-fi. Computer goes haywire. Computer trying to do the right thing, does the wrong thing, and kills everybody. Yep, that was the HAL 9000. Yes, it was. There you go. I wish I had a hat I could mail you. But yeah, good. That was certainly the correct answer. And that movie was one of the ones that, all the way back, science fiction has told us since the 50s that computers were going to rise up and kill us all. It's funny because even in Star Trek, in the original series, Captain Kirk talks like 9 computers into killing themselves in just 3 seasons. I'm afraid that once Bill Shatner dies, we'll have no way to stop this thing. Okay, that's a stupid joke, but I thought it was funny. All right. Anyway, it's amazing, though, all the different movies between The Matrix and iRobot and all the different TV shows. Stargate showed us the sentient life forms that were machines. A lot of different sci-fi shows had that, where the machine became so smart and it made itself and everything else. And then, of course, Terminator, the one that everybody goes to. But I think the future is probably going to just be a lot more like iRobot. They're just going to eventually take over everything, and you need to stay in the house. And that'll be it. I was talking last night about, for those that missed it, Victor, very good point. RoboCop, very good point. The robot in that was AI driven and became uncontrollable as well. Skynet is Terminator. Yes, you're absolutely correct. And it's funny on radio all the time when we talk about Google. We'll say Google, and I'll always go, Google is Skynet. Oh, my God. And for those that don't know, Skynet is the name of the computer in Terminator, in the Terminator franchise, that became sentient, began to replicate itself, and eventually tried to wipe out all humans on Earth. Yes, that's what I'm getting. Zero activity. I do believe, looking at the length of the shadows and everything, I do believe those couple that I have in the lower right there are live. I'm pretty sure. And they're basically just a few street protests going on. There's really nothing. I don't see anything really going on. The upper right, of course, is Days Ago. That's that looping video. I just left it up there because that video is being shown as a live video all over the internet right now, and it really upsets me. Starlink is Skynet. Maybe that, hey, who knows? Could be Chat GPT. Could be Grok. I use Chat GPT. I like it. But I find it to be a prick a lot of times. It won't do what I ask it to do, and I argue with it. And arguing with a machine is just senseless. These things, they'll sit there all day long. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm wrong. You're a human, and I'm a piece of excrement. And it's like, this isn't helping. You know, telling me what I want to hear is not helping, okay? What would help is if you actually did what I'm asking you to do. So I started using Grok lately because Grok tends to daydream a little less. And the biggest thing about Grok is it will do what I ask it to do. If I tell it, make me this, it'll do it. If I say, make me a picture of cops running through the streets with fires burning and civil unrest, it will make me that picture. As evidence of that, look at my thumbnail. ChatGPT would not make that picture. And I had two other services, including the Microsoft service, that would not make that picture because it was of a riot. It was of civil unrest. There's no guns or anything in it. It's just because it was civil unrest. It would not make me the picture because it was in violation of the terms of service, this and that. Just go find you another one when it starts that. I still use ChatGPT for my meta packages, like for all my YouTube videos and your keywords and your hashtags and your titles and your descriptions and your blog postings. And it can help you with all that stuff, okay? It can make all that stuff for you. And when you set your prompts up and you get all your prompts just right to where you know exactly where you will actually, you set your prompt up to where you know exactly what to ask. Make me a blank, 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 blank. And when you make that up, then every time you need that, you can just paste that prompt back in, change a couple of words, and you're ready to go. I've got prompts set up to make me my meta packages. I got prompts set up having it write like me and write in my tone. I actually have input writings, white papers that I've written myself into several of these in order for it to make basically a print of how I write, so that it knows how I write and how I sound and how I cadence when I write. And it even nuances things so that it looks like it was written by a real person. And then you have it write it for you in your style. And it's amazing. It really is. And it writes things better than we do, and it does it in a fraction of the time. Why should we waste our time? So I like it for stuff like that. Will I visit any festivals soon? Well, I visited the local sci-fi convention this last weekend. If you want to see the video from that, it's over on @CarlottaAlotta. That's @CarlottaAlotta. And we went to a sci-fi convention, and she did a full live video with a live walk around of all the vendors. It was a small sci-fi, but it was really good. And we met some friends there that were cosplaying, and it was a lot of fun. I do like the little sci-fi conventions. As far as ham radio festivals, in 2 weeks I'm going to Summer Field Day, and I'm going to be participating this year with a group up in the Tampa area, and I'm looking forward to that. That's a Saturday-Sunday event, and it's where you go out and operate from a remote location, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going out and setting up out in a remote location. We're going to be stringing up wires in the trees, and we're going to be talking around the world on HF Radio. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do some daytime operating and some nighttime operating. So I got that coming up, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then we are going, and we're going to have a table at the Huntsville Ham Fest, and I'm looking forward to that. That's one of the largest ham fests in the country in Huntsville, Alabama. And we're going to be going there. We're going to have a table. We're going to be talking about the Freedom Network. We're going to be talking about Starship Adventures, the Starship Studios, and our family of channels here. And we're going to be talking about all the different things that we do in and for ham radio. So that's going to be a lot of fun at the Huntsville Ham Fest coming up in August. But those are the things that I have going on right now that I have on the schedule. We're always taking down towers. we do a thing here in town where in Florida, basically anywhere in South or Central Florida, if you've got an old tower and you want rid of it, we will come take it down and get rid of it for you. And that's difficult because normally you have to pay somebody to take it down. All we want is the pieces. So we'll come and take down your tower. We've taken down 3 of them now, 4 of them, I think. We've got them all sitting out in my yard here, and then boom, we get ready to put one up the other day. We load up the sections and we put up a tower somewhere. It's really cool, and so we've been doing this quite a bit lately. Okay, I'm not sure about some of that, but. Yeah, the whole thing about the Matrix was the humans were basically enslaved by the machines and used to just basically, I think we were creating neural energy or something for the machine. And we were all just basically kept in fluid pods and fed so that we could continue to produce that energy for the machines. And yeah, that would be the eventual end of it if you run it all the way out to the end, I guess. What do you call this when protests stop? I don't know. I don't know. I'm relatively sure that they have stopped. The only place that we had reported unrest last night was in Portland, Oregon. And other than that, I'm not aware of any civil unrest from last night. I'm going to go see if there's any new cams that have come up, any new live cams anywhere that have come up. Let's take a peek here and see what we got. There's G8 summit things going on. There's been protests associated with that too, but I haven't heard of anything that hasn't been peaceful. This is the one I have there, and it's spinning. I think she went down. Crazy love audit, it says. I think she went down because I don't have her feed anymore. So let's see what else I can come up with. All right, these are the guys in the lower right corner. They're still going live. I think that's live. He's got 519 viewers, and I do believe that's the lower right corner. The guy there in the wheelchair with the Mexican flag. I believe that's alive, and there's like 5 or 6 people there doing a little street corner protest. And that one is still live. I can still find that one, and it does appear to be a live broadcast, the best I can tell. And that's it. Let's see if I can. All right, I believe this is live on SoCal Shorts. I'm just going to stick it in this hole and let's see what it does. I'm sorry if I don't talk the whole time, guys, but when I'm producing as well, so sometimes that I have to stop doing one to do the other real quick. Is this going on? Oh my God, this is yesterday's anti-Scientology protest with Laura FM sing to her father. I got to tell you guys, that was bizarre yesterday. That was a weird protest. There was like 8 people out there, and they had set up all kinds of banners and tables and everything, and they were singing like strange songs, and it was kind of weird. It was like it was almost, I hate to say this, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but it was kind of like Scientology is one of the stranger things around. I mean, it's a cult, and people join it, and it ruins their whole life, and it's terrible, and everything else. And the people protesting it seemed a little stranger than the Scientology. But they're protesting Scientology. I don't have a problem with Scientology, other than I do believe it victimizes, and I don't know. If it certainly, if it does that, I don't like it. There was also a report yesterday of a TikTok crowd. What do they call that? A blitz crowd or something? A super crowd? There's something where like everybody shows up at one time, and they all showed up in front of SeaWorld, and they all went into SeaWorld, and they shut down SeaWorld. They had to shut it down and get everybody out, and so that was, and none of the local media even reported on it. And I'm like, why didn't they do that? Well, think about it. They did it to get the local media coverage. So if you want to piss them off, just don't cover it. And I think that was a lot of it. I think they're like, these kids really went in there and screwed up a lot of people's day. I mean, it's one thing. You want to block the 101 freeway, that's fine. You're pissing people off. You want to block downtown, that's fine. You're pissing people off. But now you're going to walk into SeaWorld and piss all over some kid's birthday. He's in SeaWorld. He's having the day of his life, and now they've closed down the park. We've closed down the park because of a flash mob. That's the word I'm looking for, dude. Because a flash mob showed up inside the park, and now because of this flash mob, we're closing down the park. So tell little Johnny he's screwed. He's effed like Chuck, if you know what I mean. And just tell him, and there you go. Yes, flash mob. Thank you very much. Thank you. I knew somebody would get that for me. This says, people of Austin peacefully protest. Let me see if this is even... Yep, it's just a roly-poly. There's nothing there. Okay, well, there you go. It's sad, guys, that so many people are putting on spoof lives. That really bugs me. All right, I'm going to ask again in the chat room, is there anything in there, anything you guys would like me to bring up or talk about tonight? Either current news, or anything to do with the paranormal, anything to do with science, propagation, ham radio, space weather, terrestrial weather. I'm up for just about anything. We've got a bit of a lull here. There's not a lot going on. And so if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask me now. And I'm also going to tell you guys, I'm not staying on long tonight. I haven't slept in 9 days. I get to bed at 4 o'clock. And I don't want to sound like I'm belly aching. Oh, here he goes again, belly aching. Son of a... Well, let me tell you, okay? I've been going to bed every night at 4 or 5 in the morning, and I get up at 9 a.m. because I have to start my day and go in and produce radio. So it's creating a situation where I'm getting about 3 hours, maybe 4 at the most every night. And I need to go in there tonight and actually get a full night's sleep. So I think since there's nothing going on, then I'm going to... I'm not sure what you're seeing. A Long Beach fight? Long Beach flight, okay. What the flight tracker that I've got here is showing the sheriff's chopper out of LA. Why do we park in a driveway and drive in a parkway? I don't know. It is representative of how everything is so back-assward. That's what it is. And yeah, well, I mean, that is kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know how to answer that, though. I got one duplicate there I'm going to see if I can get rid of. There we go. All right, our Simplex Radio stream is coming up on the list. That's nice. Rhyme time. Let's see who else is up. I think I got everybody else. What's this one? This is that G25 summit. Let me see what the hell this is showing. And since this ain't showing shit, maybe I'll put it up here. See what the hell it is. Sucks too, because sometimes there's something going on, but you can't find a single live feed for it. This is actually the G4 Summit. in Calgary. So I'll leave this up for a few minutes so we can kind of watch that. This is the G7 summit in Calgary. Summit. CLGARY. Yeah, they're protesting the summit, which is going on nearby, is what they're saying. So I'm going to put a tag on here so people know what they're looking at when they come in. I'm trying with these tags. I got to tell you, the tags take a lot of time. Oh, that's cool. It put it sideways. Why did it do that? I must have checked something. Oh, vertical. That's what I checked. We don't need that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, there we go. There we go. G7 Summit in Calgary. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate that. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this, just coming on and doing news in the evenings. And I'm going to be doing more. I've been doing this live coverage for about a year and a half. Ever since I built my supercomputer. We now have the second one done, and we're getting ready to actually start assembling the third one. We're going to be providing a lot more of this kind of coverage. So I hope you guys enjoyed it over the last 8 days, 9 days. It gave you a different way to watch the happenings that were going on. Yes, I am. I don't actually have live cams up from Iran. I could go see if I can find something. But we are watching Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Both places have received inbound missiles overnight. And here we go. We've got dawn now in the Middle East, and we're watching those two cams there. Oh, wow. Let me see if I can find something on that. I'll see if I can get some info on that. That's some breaking ass news right there now. Huh, I'm not getting it. Let me do a chat GPT deep research. Give me anything on these, on these. From the last 3 days. Yes. Okay, I'm asking ChatGPT. It's okay, it's starting deep research. It'll find it. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I really do. All right, let's go. Let me check the radar. It looks like we've lost these two guys. I think have shut it down for the night. That storm was kind of fading away. Let's see here. I do have other cameras here that we might be able to get. Let's put this guy up here. like that. And then we'll put this guy here. And let me see, I think I might have a third one here. Or, I'm sorry, a sixth one. He's showing dark already. All right, there's six Stormchasers up there for you. It's hard once it gets dark. Looks like one Stormchaser's literally pulled up in front of the hotel he's staying at tonight. He's probably going in to see if they got any rooms available. Those guys literally stop and just get a room because you never know where you're going to end up and where you're going to need to be in the morning. A lot of times, if the storms end early, they'll move to where they need to be in the morning before they get a room. Other times, they'll do it the other way. Okay, well, ChatGPT is working its ass off over here. It's now doing stuff in Sanskrit. I can't even read that. I love AI. I'm going to love it right up till it kills me. Yeah, I don't think anything, Jacob. I don't think anything's happening tonight, man. I don't. It's very quiet. That's why I've got up so many different things, because there's really nothing to show you. The lower right squares there are all Los Angeles, and I don't see anything going on there. It's 7:47. We've got sunset in about 25 minutes in Los Angeles, and the curfew will take over here in about 15 minutes. It is a reduced size of the curfew, though. They did reduce the size of it. Man, this thing is having a hard time finding anything on that. This deep research is absolutely incredible. You can take something like, I'm going to tell you when I did. I know there's a few ham radio people in there. You can do things like this. Make me a comparative study between the negative things that have been reported on the ARRL and the negative things that have been reported on the NRA, and run me a comparative study to see how many of the same problems existed in both organizations. And it actually ran this thing. It took it like 20 minutes. And when it came up with this. I could have published it. It was amazing. It was like, you know, the same exact things are happening in these two big organizations, you know. And that was just an example that I did. I was very, very impressed on it. I can even have it run electronic. It'll do electronic theory. You can have it figure out your capacitors and your, you know, it's really cool. I mean, you can have it write machine code. You can have it write HTML code. You can have it write your CTCSS codes, different things. You can have it write. It's amazing all the different things it'll do. And it's getting to the point where it seems to understand what I'm wanting. That's what's gotten so much better recently, is that it seems to understand a little more about how I want it. It doesn't have to ask me as many, you know, questions. Carl, have a good night. I'm going to go get some sleep myself soon. But yeah, definitely go get some sleep. All right, it is still working on this. It's queried 18 sources. It's working on Reuters right now. All right, so anyway, if there's anybody out there that would like any information on ham radio at any time during one of my broadcasts, just let me know, because it's so important to me to interest new people in the art, science, and hobby of amateur radio. And so I'm always here to do that. I'll literally stop what I'm doing and talk to you about ham radio, because I absolutely love the hobby and I love what I do with it. And Victor, we're going to get you your ham radio license. I'm I want to help you with that. I think it would be good. You know, you can get your GMRS license, $35, no test. And you can buy radios and talk to people and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's not as neat as ham radio, of course. GMRS, when people say, get a CB or get GMRS, you don't need ham radio. Well, ham radio is everything all at one time. GMRS is one band, one mode, set channels, and that's it. CB, one band, one mode, set channels. Now, they'll let you do a couple of other modes on CB now. Other than that, that's it. You get in the ham radio, it's 20 bands, any mode. You know what I'm saying? It opens up the world to what you can do. Yep. It's a lot of fun. Ding, ding, ding. What's up, buddy? All right, let's see here. It's 9:47 p.m. in Mississippi. Yeah, it's 10:52 here now, and it is. You must be Central Time, and of course it's 3 hours behind out there in California, which makes it 7:52. 7:52, and let's see. Sunset tonight in Los Angeles is 8:06 p.m. 8:06 p.m. So we've literally got about 14 minutes to till the sun sets, and then another 30 minutes beyond that in twilight, and then it will be dark. But I don't expect anything to happen tonight. I really don't. I'm not seeing it at all. For those just joining us, this is Starship Adventures. My name's Ian. I'm live from our studios here behind my home in North Fort Myers, Florida. And this is Starship Studios. We have a bunch of different channels that work out of this studio. And one of them is this one, Starship Adventures, and our backup channel, Starship After Dark. And we do all kinds of different broadcasting out of here, including amateur radio. We do space weather, we do terrestrial weather, we do science and propagation, and like I said, a lot of ham radio. But we also do live coverage of everything from manhunts to civil unrest, hurricanes, tornadoes. I need to write all that down. It'd be easier. I could just read it off a card. I go, all right, and today on the card. But we do all kinds of stuff here on this channel and on our other channels here. And we really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us, because it means everything on here. Tonight we have our second channel up. Our backup channel tonight is the flight tracker. The full screen flight tracker is available right now. You can see it at that channel right there. Please give him a like. He is our production assistant tonight. And he comes in and volunteers his time. When one of my other channels volunteers their time to come in and work my channel like this, like he's doing tonight, helping me find feeds and sources and stuff, I will put the backup channel on his so that he can get some likes and subscribes and stuff like that. So it's kind of a tit for tat. It's my way of saying thank you for helping us out here. So you guys can say thank you too by going there and hitting that subscribe button, getting him over 100. He's a brand new channel and he's doing good. He live broadcasts from Illinois. He lives up in Illinois, and he has recently broadcast tornado coverage up there. And one night he was in the middle of tornado coverage when the sirens went off, and he left the tornado coverage up in his room as he left, and they were watching it from the storm shelter. So crazy stuff that happens. He's already had his first little crazy adventure there trying to cover the weather in his town, so that's pretty cool. Let's see here. What do we got going on? That middle one there, top middle, is the G7 Summit in Calgary. This is a protest that's going on near there in Calgary. And as you can see, not a lot going on there. The sun seems a little high in the sky for Calgary, but I'm not sure. I'm going to check that. But this does show as live, but then again on YouTube, that doesn't mean shit now, does it? All right, let's see. What else do we got going on? Thank you, ding, ding, ding. I appreciate that. And Jacob, Portland is still going off. That would be the only place that I would expect anything tonight. Let's go right now and see if I can get anything out of Portland. I wonder why we get no live streams. Why is nobody live streaming? I'm starting to wonder if there's jamming going on or something. Which reminded me of Spaceballs. Remember when they jammed the radar and jam ran down the screen? They're making another Spaceballs, and they're bringing back Rick Moranis, who's coming back, who hasn't acted in a long time, and they're bringing back the cast. They're bringing back a lot of people, and it's going to be amazing. Mel Brooks is actually going to come back and do it. He's 98 freaking years old, and he's going to reprise his role as, what is it? The Schwartz, what's his name? I can't remember his name now. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I love Spaceballs. That was such a great movie. Two of my favorite movies, and I'm a sci-fi guy, two of my favorite movies are movies spoofing my favorite movies, like Galaxy Quest is the other one. I love Galaxy Quest, and I love Spaceballs. Two very, very good movies. Raspberry. What's up? What do you mean by raspberry? I don't know. Yes. Okay. Slow Scan TV. SSTV. Slow Scan TV is like sending a colored fax. Do you remember the fax machines we used to have? You remember you dial the number and they go, and then it would send the fax, right? Well, this is the same thing. It's the same technology as facsimile, but in this technology, you send it over a two-way radio, and you can send it in different modes like FM or sideband. And when you send it over HF and sideband, you can actually send pictures thousands of miles away, and people can actually pick them up on the computer on the other end. When I put up the live stream, what I'm doing is it allows people to try to send the picture to me, and then they can see if my radio picks it up. And it gives people a chance to test their equipment. And also people like you that find it and then want to ask the question, hey, what's Slow Scan TV? And I get to explain it. So that's literally why I do it, because I'm trying to garner interest in ham radio. This is just one of the thousands of things you can do in ham radio, whether it's making your own aircraft radar using the 1090 system, or whether it's making a satellite receiver that will receive satellite images directly from NOAA weather satellites, whether it's talking to the astronauts on the space station, using the space station as a repeater, bouncing signals off the moon, talking on HF all around the world, 10,000 miles away, using the planet's ionosphere as a repeater. It's absolutely amazing. I wait for openings on local radio, and I can talk hundreds of miles. We use digital modes so that we can send signals a lot further. I'm telling you, ham radio is so damn cool. And there's a bunch of other stuff I didn't mention because I don't like that stuff. But there's so many different things that you can get involved in stuff forever in ham radio and never really do it all. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it cheap? Yes. That's what's great about ham radio. Your first radio will cost $20. Okay? Your very first radio, and you'll be able to talk to the repeaters in your local town. You'll be able to learn how to program radios. You'll be able to put it in your computer, put your programming cable on, learn how to blow a program into your little $25 radio, and you'll be able to talk on your local repeaters. And then you go get your next license, you get your big radio for $300 or $400, and next thing you know, you're talking around the world. It's really, really cool. I'm Jonathan. I'm not 100% sure about slow wave. I'm not sure. I haven't really heard that term like that. What we basically do, if you're talking about what we're doing with like digital signals, is we're basically just opening the carrier and transmitting the sound through it, and then the radio on the other side picks up the sound and it goes into the computer, and the computer decodes that sound into whatever mode that it is that we're using, whether we're sending a picture or whether we're sending words, or whether we're sending this thing called Hellschreiber, which is actually a German mode where you're sending little dots that make words. It's really freaking cool. It's like dot matrix for radio, basically. There's so many different kinds of things that you can do, and there's different people out there doing them all. You know, if you want to check out receiving ham radio, you do not even need a license. You can receive anything that you can receive on the radio and not get in trouble. There's nothing you can receive and get in trouble. It's only when you transmit that you need a license. So there you go. It's amazing. You can right now, if you want, without any money, without anything, you can go and listen to radio right now. And I'm gonna put a link in here. I want to show you guys some really cool stuff tonight. This is called WebSDR. What this does, when you go to this website, it allows you to listen to amateur radio all around the country, all around the world. You can literally turn on someone else's radio and listen through it. You can adjust the frequency, you can adjust the band, you can adjust the mode, you can adjust the filtering, you can adjust everything. And what it's really, really cool how it works. If you guys bear with me just 1 second here, I'll set this up. Give me just 1 second. Let me do a display capture, which I don't do very often, but we'll do it on this one here. Let me see here. I want to show you guys. I'm just going to show you right on the screen. All right, let me just set this up. Give me 1 second. I don't know if you're going to be able to read everything because of how small the screen is, but I'm going to stretch it out the best I can and get it all on here as best I can. And then I'm going to go to a full screen. Look at this. You go to the website. It's called websdr.org. Websdr.org. There, I put it in the chat room. Websdr.org. You go there, and these are all the different radios. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom, which is actually the easiest thing to do, just scroll all the way down. These are all radios that you have access to free. Here they are. You can zoom into the map, and you can see which radio do I want to listen to. All right? Now, let me do this right here. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to shut my scanner feeds off, and I'm going to turn the volume up. Okay. So now you guys are listening to what I'm listening to. So now let's say we want to go to this station here, the NA5B station in Washington, D.C. I click on it. Look at this. I have my own radio.
Into Friday as a strong cold front pressure returns this weekend with
that's picking up NOAA weather radio right now. In
this
that town, in
D.C.
DC.
For the Maryland portion of the Chesapeake Bay, tidal Potomac River.
You can type in whatever frequency you want. You can
Northern
do the
Virginia
7.2.
and District of Columbia.
7.2 is
tonight.
Oh, this
no hazardous weather is expected at this time. Days 2 through 7, Tuesday through Sunday.
Let me pick the other one. Let's pick the other one. See, this shows you all the different frequencies it will do. You click on it, and now this is
I just want to call back. It would really hit NY and go out of play. It would mean NY would have to get more money from airlines.
So that's shortwave radio. That's 1500 on shortwave radio. Here's your different modes. There's CW, lower sideband, upper sideband, AM, FM. Those are all your different modes. These are all different widths, your band width. Here is this is the control for the waterfall up here. You can zoom all the way into your frequency. You can max all the way in. Here's your frequency. We're going to go to upper sideband, and we can go to 7200. And let's go to lower sideband. Oh, is there nobody on here tonight? Do you believe that? There's no one on there. See these? These are people talking. Watch this. I'm going to move the radio down to this guy.
Is that you, Contact? Yeah, Contact 1 second. Yeah, man. I know, a quarter of an acre up north, it's like close to $1 million property. It's insane. It's insane.
See, you can see all the different signals. If you want a real strong signal, here's one over here.
Al, how did you know Mr. Python?
He texted me and said that you weren't going to be on. And since he said you weren't going
These
to
are
be
all
on,
amateur radio, but this goes in all bands, not just amateur radio. You can listen to military bands, you can listen to government bands, Marine bands, GMRS bands, FRS bands, MERS. You can listen to just about anything on these repeaters, or on these receivers.
That brings everybody together. Why do we do that?
Because you're...
It started about midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, and I closed down about 4 o'clock. I have to go feed the animals. So I'm usually on all
He
night
may be in
anyway.
Australia. He sounds like it.
I do get on 80/40.
Hello.
60
Hello.
But
Am I reaching you? Hello.
15 and 20.
Bloody hell. You're on the radio. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go down here. You got to talk their language, you know. But these are all radio signals, and you can scan down the band and find different radio signals. Here's a really strong one.
Everybody signs off to Simcoe and I
See how the waterfall works? Waterfall is amazing. What it does is it shows you a visual representation of the actual radio spectrum.
Right around 9 o'clock.
Isn't that really cool, guys?
But there's too much traffic. It's too hard to find a spot, so you get on 9, it's a little...
Oh, you can hear all kinds of shit. You have no idea, dude. But see, you can just scan down the bank, and you can find things. There's something going on here, but it's probably not voice. Some kind of signal. Now, I want to show you something else. We can go down here to the digital band. Let's go down to the digital band, down in the 770s. Look at this. See that big bright stripe? That's FT8. That's the #1 way for ham radio operators to communicate with each other. That's the #1 way. I want you to hear what it sounds like. Listen. It takes a break every 15 seconds. You transmit for 15, you receive for 15. Hear how one guy stayed on a little longer? His clock's not right on his computer. You have to be down to the 100th of a second to make this work perfectly. You have to be really close on the clock. And you can see each one of those little stripes is a different computer. I'll zoom in some more. Look at this. Each one of those stripes is a different computer, all talking on the same frequency, but on a different piece of the same frequency. It's so damn cool. And these people are talking all over the world right now. And they're talking and hearing each other. But with this thing, you can literally hear anything out here. You can go way outside of the ham bands. What is this down here? Something there. I'll tell you, you get hooked on this shit, like phonics. You can even go on and Google things like, what are some cool things to listen to? You know, what are some things I can hear? Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go up to 20 megahertz. This is 14 megahertz. This is the 20-meter band. And again, when you're on 20 meters, you've got 14. Here's 14074. This is that same thing we were just listening to on 7 megahertz on 40 meters. Here it is again. And so I lost my. I somehow got way off frequency there. All right, so now we're back to here. So basically, here we go. These are different kinds of signals right here. These are those ones we just were listening to. And again, we're on a whole different band right now, but it doesn't matter because these signals they're on every band because there's guys on every different band trying to make contact with each other right now. Isn't that cool? It's all computers talking to computers. Now we'll go up here to the voice section. Let me go grab my cursor. Let's go up here to the voice section. So we can hear some guys talking on 20.
If I took all the calls that I'm hearing call me, I wouldn't even have to worry about going to sleep. I just keep talking till I had to put on the uniform, go to work tomorrow. So anyway, with that, I've got to run, guys. Sorry, we can do it again maybe tomorrow evening when I get home. 7-3, everybody. W5CBO.
In ham radio talk, 7-3 is an old teletype term for have a good one.
Hey. Would you make 10-15 dB over this 9? An excellent signal as well, over. Yes, I'm so glad the band is starting to come back to life. Always a pleasure, Roman. You were a good signal and have fun working the opening QSO. Thank you, my friend.
See, there's a band opening going on right now. These guys are talking about a major band opening going on, meaning that they're able to talk further than normal tonight because of whatever's going on. But guys, you can do this at home. You can do this at home. You just go to this link that I just put in, and you can actually pull up the screen, just like I did, right off of this, and you go down and you pick the radio, go down to the very bottom, and pick the radio that you want to listen to using the map. And then you can listen to radio all over the world. You can go into Europe and listen to, England, Ireland. You can listen to the, and you can listen to everything. Commercial radio, police, fire, EMS, government. You can listen to Marine Band. You can listen to HF, VHF, UHF. I mean, it literally gives you the ability to listen to everything anywhere. It's really cool. Oh, wow. Yes, I did hear something about that. Radio. There's still a lot of mysteries surrounding Antarctica. It's such a huge place, and the ice is so incredibly deep, and we don't even know what's down there. And the fact that they've received radio signal, I would love to see what that signal looks like, or hear what it sounds like. Yeah, well, under the ice, that's odd. It is, radio wouldn't propagate that far under ice, so that's why it would be interesting, obviously very interesting, to see what that is. Let me get back to here and get that zoomed out, and let's get you guys back over here again. Let's see what we got here. It's dark now, getting dark in LA. It's, of course, light now in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem in Israel. And I'm looking to see if there's any chopper activity over Los Angeles. And there's not. The police choppers went home. I think it's over tonight. And there is no freaking live feeds. I'm going to pull up and see if I can get any live feeds for any protests anywhere. Let's see here. Live. The word that broadcasters love more than anything else. Live. Oh, that's somebody playing a video game. I'll never quite understand the narcissism of playing a video game on YouTube. I'm not even saying it's wrong or bad. I just don't understand it. I get bored watching myself play a video game. Yeah, there ain't shit going on. This is the lower right corner. That's the audio from the lower right corner. And those two guys are still standing right there. We're down to two guys, and you can see that that is live. The light is waning. We're in twilight, and we got a guy there with a cane and another guy with a flag, and that's it.
That's right.
There's a few more folks there. There's a few more there. Okay, well, it's amazing to me how fucking quick that got annoying. Okay, let's go back to here. Sorry, guys. I try not to say the F word, but I just slipped it out a little bit. It's all right. All right, so I cuss like a sailor. I just try not to do it on here. Let's see here. Got anything here? You know, the main reason I don't do a lot of swearing in public or around people is because people think you're not as smart. That's probably the number one reason. I was a firefighter. We taught the sailors how to cuss. I got news for you. Will tariff affect handheld radio prices? Victor, I don't think so. You may see 5 or 10%, 20%, but they're selling this stuff at such a low price point, and so much of it's already here, and that whole thing's in flux, and it will go back into negotiation again. The short answer is I don't think you'll see that much of a big deal in the smaller radios. I really don't. Yep, I agree there. See the yeah, I can't find anything out of Portland at all. I don't find anything at all. I'm looking for any new feeds. And I've got people like riding their bike down the road, day 11 ICE protests, but there's none. Geez, I don't know. But anyway, I mean, we're keeping an eye on it anyway, see what's going on. But anyway, that I just showed you guys that SDR Sharp, or the web SDR. That's a really, really cool website. It allows you to listen to radios all over the world for free. It's absolutely for free. And it's amazing. And then if at some point you want to get into radio yourself, you want to get your own radio, okay? One of the very first things you can get, if you want to, is one of these. This is a RTL SDR. It plugs into your computer, right? And you hook up an antenna on there with a little SMA plug, which you can buy for a couple of dollars on Amazon, and you can buy a $20 antenna to hook on here and stick it up on your roof outside. And then you plug this little box into your computer. It's a radio. It receives everything. It receives all the frequencies and everything. It's amazing. And these are like $40. I mean, they're not that much. And you can add this filter to it, and now you've got an aircraft radar with just these two things and free software that you can download online. And you don't need to be a ham radio operator to do any of these things I'm telling you. You can go on there and do the radios without being a ham radio operator. You can buy one of these and do this without being a ham radio operator. The only time you have to have a license is when you press the button on the side that says transmit. That's it. As long as you're not transmitting, you can do anything else with radio. You can build them. You can program them. You can buy them. You can collect them. You can put them in a museum. You can do whatever you want with them. The moment you transmit on one, you have to have a license. That's how, it's just the way it works. But yeah, you definitely want to get you an SDR, get you an RTL SDR, because that will give you the ability to have your own little radio receiver right there in your radio. And then the next thing I suggest is probably get you a radio from a cheap radio. Like here's a good one. This one, and I'm not selling these. Okay, I do reviews on these. You can go check all my reviews out on these. But like you got this one right here. This is a great little radio. This transmits on 3 bands. It transmits on UHF, VHF, and 220 band. Okay. It also receives on 3 additional bands. It receives on aircraft band, on AM, and it also receives way further down the spectrum than most of these kind of radios ever do. It'll get you way down there, and it has a very wide range of things that it will receive, which is pretty good. Now, this doesn't get you into the like talking around the world stuff. This is a local radio, but you're thinking, man, that must be expensive. It comes with a charger. It comes with an antenna. You can get some of them with different antennas. It comes with all the programming cables, so you can hook it up to your computer and program it. It holds 1,000 channels. It talks at like 8 or 10 watts. It puts out really good power, and it's made in China. And you want to know what? It's $40. It's $40, and you don't need to have a license to buy it. As long as you don't talk on it, press that button. You can do it. You can carry it around like the cops if you want. You can do what you want with it. I like these little radios. Now I like this one. This is my big one. This is the one I carry around. It's huge. It's the UV25. $50. $50. It does all the same things this one does. Talks on 3 bands, receives on 6, and it does all kinds of stuff. You know what else this will do? I can press a button and key this radio up, and this radio figures out the frequency and the code and everything, and programs itself. So you can literally walk up to your buddy in the mall and hit a button, and you can talk on his radio with your radio without even pushing numbers or anything into the radio. It's amazing. It's an absolute amazing thing. So after you get in the radio a little bit, I would spend the $40 or $50 and get you one of these Baofengs, TYT, Radiodity. They're all good radios. And that's probably the next thing I would do. But I will caution, if you get into these and if you get into these radios, do not get discouraged, because you're going to get this radio and you're going to be, there ain't nobody on here. It's dead air. It's crazy. You have to immediately buy a big antenna to go on it. You got to think of it as a system. This is the radio. Now, if you're out on the side of the highway, this is going to have to do. It's going to have to be enough. But if you're in your car, you need to hook up an antenna here that goes up to the roof of your car. If you're in your house and you want to use this radio on the repeaters, you want to put an antenna, just sit it up on the roof, run it down in the window, and hook it up to your radio, stick the radio in the charger, put your little mic on the side, and now you've got your little base radio, and you're all set to go. the main thing with these is not to get discouraged, because as a portable radio, you cannot expect this thing to work inside your house. It doesn't. It's not going to receive worth the crap, and it certainly don't get out anywhere. So you want to remember, when you have a small radio like this, it's not a radio in itself. It's a system. And you need to add the remaining parts to it to make the system work where you need it to work. So if it's going to be in the house, you need that antenna outside. Now, what are we talking about? $20. You can buy an antenna for $20. And the little adapter for the top of this is $6 or $8. And that's all you need. And you're now hooked this up to that, and it goes up on the roof, and it's up there, and now you can talk on 30 repeaters as a ham radio operator. Now you can switch it over and talk to your buddies on GMRS. So it's really cool. Somebody asked me what model numbers. I have done some reviews lately, and the ones that I like right now is the UV25. It's the Baofeng, Baofeng, Baofeng UV Uniform Victor 25. And that one there is a great radio. That's this big one. Now, there's older ones like this TYT, this 8000. This was my go-to radio for years. This was a great radio, and it still works. It still comes on, still works. So, you know, when you find just the right radio, and you like it, you know, and it's your radio. But then they came out with these new ones. They came out with that big UV25, and that ended up being the one I kept. What's up?
See this one? This is a new one.
Oh yeah, the UV32. Yep. I have not checked that one out yet, but really? it's I haven't seen it. I'm hoping they'll send me one so I can do a review on it.
So
but
it has built-in GPS.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
What does that do?
Well, I've got one over here that's got built-in GPS, and I can't figure out why I would need that.
Yeah, like I can't figure it out.
If it does a thing called APRS,
yeah,
then yeah, you could do it with that, where it sends your signal out.
Oh,
like a beacon, like a GMR. It's like well, not the satellite, to local antennas. You know that map that shows the splotches of where the radios are working really good? That is derived from APRS, the Automated Radio Packet System. Automated Radio Packet System. That's it. I knew I could come up with it. Oh, look, the captain came up again. Every time a video ends, this captain comes up and starts telling us about this horrible plane crash. Hey, Captain, what's going on with the plane crash tonight, sir? I'll never understand why I'll watch a video on YouTube, and then for the next month, it keeps giving me that same video again. It's like, I've already watched this. I've watched this video. Why do you keep recommending videos I've already watched? And stuff. You got to say that at the end. It makes you sound hip. Okay. Oh, this guy's a freak. Okay. Oh my God, somebody was piggybacking that, and they're playing that captain over their feed now. I will find out who that captain is and call him and say, just so you know, you got a lot of airtime on my channel over the last week, dude, seriously. There's that protest again.
5 hours, but because it's Wilshire, the Wilshire LAPD department, yeah, that's corrupted as hell. That department, let me...
Oh, it's government, right? Then, yeah, you could probably smell out some corruption somewhere. Let's see here. Oh, where's this at? Day 11 ICE protest can't stop now, it says. I'm going to replace that Calgary video with this. This looks like, I'm going to take Captain Smurf off of there and get rid of this Calgary thing, this tag. It's difficult with these damn tags. That's why I don't like using them.
So I found out what the GPS does.
What's it do?
So basically, it displays your location. It like
it displays a map on that little screen.
Yeah, I guess so. And it says you can share your location with other people if you have all your radios in your room.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think that is definitely one of the reasons. That way, it says you can use each other's GPS to see where each other's are.
Well, that's cool. I guess I could see that.
It has an integrated radar map too.
We lost a bunch of our Stormchasers here. I think they're having the same problem we are. There's just not a lot going on tonight. Even these storms have not been that powerful tonight. All right, let me check the chat room. Jonathan, even if you don't want to get into radio at all, I would still suggest having some kind of multi-band receiver at your house. They make, is that green radio over there? It's like a square green radio.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, hand me that. I want to show them that. There is a lot, if you don't need to talk on the radio, if you're just receiving, here's a great option. They sent me this. This is an amazing, and I don't want to make this into a sales pitch, but Reticus makes this, Retekess, Reticus, and I absolutely love this little radio. It's it does all the low band, it does all the way up to VHF, I'm pretty sure, and the way it works is you can turn it on and you can just literally rotate it around and pick up all, I mean, it picks up, it's got an antenna, it picks up all kinds of frequencies. This thing's like 40, 50 bucks. It's not a lot of money. And it picks up all kinds of different bands. And it picks up all kinds of different things. I mean, you name it, and it picks it up. I've been kind of surprised. But here's the neat thing about this. It's also a plug-in speaker, extension speaker. It's also a Bluetooth extension speaker. You can also download an app into your phone and control the radio with your phone on Bluetooth. Like you can put this inside up on a speaker or something, and then you can be in another room and you can control the radio. All this for 40, 50 bucks. I mean, it's just amazing what you can buy nowadays. And this receiver, not only, like I said, it has a beautiful, huge speaker. The speaker goes from the back to the front. And they did that because the sound quality is amazing. It also has a flashlight. It's got a red and white flashing emergency lights. When they sent me this, I was very impressed. This is one of my favorite things. I bring this, if I go out in the woods, I bring this. If I go to my cabin, I bring this. This is what I use to listen to the radio up at the AM/FM radio up in my cabin. Out when I go out there and out in the woods and stuff walking, I'll take this with me because it receives better than any of my other radios. So there's some really good options out there for radios. It doesn't have to be a ham radio. It can just be a receiver like this one, or you don't have to be a ham radio operator to buy one of the portable radios. Reticus, yes, Reticus. It's a great little radio. TR-113 shortwave receiver. Yes, that's the one. You found it, Tad. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in there so I didn't have to find it. It's a great little radio. Now, when I say I did a review on it, and it did very good on my review, I'm going to be honest, and I've had it for a while, and it's a great little thing. So I guess I kind of recommend it. They never paid me to recommend it, but I recommend it. So I guess that's a real one, right? Oh, goodness. I think you're looking at one of the higher brands, one of the higher ones. When I demoed this one, I think it was 60 bucks. Let's see here. Is it the 113? Let's see here. Yeah, those are more. This one is $81 now. It did go up some. This one's $81, and Yeah, this one's 81. And then they've got the next one up. And here's the thing about the 113 that someone pasted in there, Tad put in. The 113, they're supposed to be sending me that one to do a review on. That one does sideband. It does several things this one doesn't do. And the main thing that it does is sideband. The other thing that this one has that ours does not, that this one does not have, is it has actual antenna ports that you can hook antennas into, which I think is a great thing, because on this one I had to make an adapter to go on the antenna here, and that it doesn't work that well. So yeah, it looks like it comes with a specialty antenna and all that kind of stuff. But the neat thing is it has antenna ports, which I really like. You can actually, yeah, it's got a, it looks like, what is it, SMA? Yeah, it looks like an SMA antenna port. So I like that. I like to be able to, so that next one up is a little more money, but it's worth it because it does sideband and it has the antenna ports on it. Anyway, that's a really good one. But I'll tell you, if all you want is VHF, UHF, like all you want is GMRS and that kind of stuff, you can get by with a $25 Baofeng UV25RM or a UV25. Any of the UV5 series will probably work for you, any of the newer ones. There is so many really cool little radios out there that are just not that much money to get into.
There's this little K7 radio that runs Android 5 that runs software.
Yep, this is a cool, this radio here, it's an internet radio. It's called K-Sun. It's an internet radio, and we've got a few of these. I've got one of these up there somewhere, or is this that one? I don't even know. This is yours. Yeah, because mine's thicker than this, I think. It's an older one. But anyway, these are really cool because they connect to Wi-Fi. And they work just like a two-way radio, but they connect to Wi-Fi. They're making these now in radios that connect directly to cell services, too. And they're starting to sell those under different brands and things. But this one here doesn't talk on conventional radio. It just talks to Wi-Fi, but it works just like a radio, and it feels just like a radio, and that's what really makes it cool. I do like those. They're neat. The programming's a little funky in those K-Suns. The keyboard's terrible. The screen's terrible. But once you get it working, it works great. Some of the Chinese radios are difficult to program if you don't use programming software. So.
There are ways. So I actually did hack the radio where you can actually use Linux and basically make the screen resolution smaller to make it look better.
Right.
And I done it on that radio. But sometimes when you reboot the radio, it returns back to the stupid big.
Yeah. Yeah, Joseph did the same thing with that other one we've got, and it gets all funky. It's funky. It's all funky Comedina. Let's see here. Well, it's a little steep, but that is a really good receiver. It all depends on what you want to do. Do you want something that you can string a big wire up out in the woods and sit out there for days and just dial around and listen to radio? And then it might be worth spending the $120, $220 and getting that thing. If you want to get into ham radio, maybe it'd be better just to spend the $500 and get one that talks, that does all the same things pretty much. So the neat thing about ham radio, when you get in it, you don't have to buy anything new. You can buy everything used. We've got a swap shop here that our local amateur radio club runs. And you can go there and buy, I'm sorry guys, I'm so tired. You can go there and you can buy all kinds of different radios, and what happens, it's a neat thing that happens in ham radio. This don't get talked about much, but I'll tell you guys, this happens in ham radio. People are old in ham radio. Most people in ham radio are 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, it's a hobby that older gentlemen tend to get into a lot. Not that kids can't get into it. You can get your license when you're 10 years old if you want. But it's kind of like a pilot's license. You can get it whenever you're qualified. It doesn't matter what age you are. But that being said, mostly it's older gentlemen that get into it. And a lot of these older gentlemen have money because they've retired. They've got money from the job they worked or whatever. They've got residual income, whatever they got. And so they tend to build and buy really nice equipment. And what the hell? There's a missile flying. I'm wondering what's going on with that. I'm watching that. Not liking that. I don't know I don't know what's going on. Let's just keep an eye on that. What the hell is going on? Where is that? Is that in California? That's in Los Angeles. That's got to be a launch. That's what a launch looks like right after dark, because the sun continues to illuminate the vapor cloud and the smoke. But you're basically in darkness or twilight. And so that's what a launch looks like. That looks, generally speaking, missiles like they're firing over in the Middle East don't go up high enough to create this effect. Oh, and there the captain showed up again. Hey, Captain. I'm sick of that captain showing up, I'm telling you. I'm going to send him a letter. USB what?
Mini USB. I have a car charger one, and it's made by Garmin. It's made for my GPS tracker.
I haven't seen one of those in a while. There was one in one of these cases that was like clear, like a clear wire, but I haven't seen it in a while. Okay. It could be in one of those cases, but I'm not sure. Yeah. It's got black ends on it and it's clear wire. Okay. But yeah, I'm not sure where it is.
This is the one that came from my GPS tracker when I got it.
Yeah.
And I haven't been notified since, and I just found it just now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can look through those cases. There's like a 50-50 chance it's in those go cases down there that I use to put all the stuff in when I leave, go somewhere. It's the rhyme time. He's still going, but he hadn't found much else that I haven't found. Let me see if we got Captain Crunch. Large screen what? What would you like me to... Oh, that rocket? Let me see here. All right. It's going to be a little blurry because I think they're piggybacking this off another feed, but there's the close-up. I think it's got to be a launch out in California. That looks like a launch. That's what we get them here just like that. And when there's a launch in the hour after sunset or in the hour before sunrise, you end up getting this illuminated gas effect in the atmosphere. It's pretty cool. And I think that's what we're seeing. I don't think we're under attack. Space, there you go, Daniel. Daniel's got it. SpaceX just launched out of Cali. It's exactly what I thought. This is a vapor trail from a launch, and that's cool. That was a neat deal there. There we go, and I think we're seeing that launch now there in that the little view on that center on the right. I think. Had I known that, I would have put that up on one of the screens, but I did not know that. There were so many other things going on. I didn't check for launches. Oh, there we go. I'll put it there. It launched from Vandenberg. What did it? Was that the end of the coverage, just like that, right when I went to it? You bastards. You bastards! I hate you, guy. And now these same people, here's money control. That's another one, money control. Showing shots of missiles raining down. But they're all from 2 days ago. But they're showing us live. If you watch that channel, you'll notice that they're being attacked 24/7, 365. I guess eventually they're going to have to do something about that. I don't know. Yep, that's really cool. And we see them really good from here, too, when they launch from the Space Coast over there on the other coast. From where Joseph lives up near Tampa, you can see them really well. We're a lot further south. All right, KT Money, thanks for coming in, man. You guys, everybody hit the subscribe button if you would. I'd appreciate it. We're doing really good. We're over 17,000 now. We're doing really good on the subs. I really do appreciate that. It helps. But yeah, that's what it was. It was a Starlink rocket. All right, I'm going to do a quick headline check. I am going to be ending soon, guys. Just for my own sanity, if nothing else. I can't... working on a ceasefire. Well, it looks like, what is that, Jerry Falwell? Is he still alive? Oh, Jimmy Swaggart. America's longest-running TV evangelist, Jimmy Swaggart, in critical condition after a cardiac episode. His son said it's a miracle he's still alive. Wow. You know what? It gets us all, man. If you live long enough, it gets you. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. No, I don't see anything else. Oh, boy, that flooding, lots of flooding in West Virginia. I mean, that's crazy. And nobody even realizes it's going on because it just gets, it's West Virginia. It gets shoved back in the news. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but news items that happen in New York City get covered. If they get an inch of snow in New York City, it's freaking Snowmageddon. Okay? you can get 17 feet in Minnesota and you're not going to hear about it. It's because Atlanta's the same way. There's a lot of news organizations based out of Atlanta and based out of New York and some out of D.C. When weather events or any event happens in those three cities, you will hear about it nonstop because that's where the headquarters of a lot of these news services are, or at least they have big offices, big studios there, and they shoot a lot of their shows from those big cities. So when there's an event in those big cities, you hear about it like crazy. There could be flooding in West Virginia. Nobody even mentions it. But I guarantee if the first floor of that studio was flooding, you'd be hearing all about it. All right, one more check here. Oh, hey, Jonathan, no problem. And let me tell you guys, not I'm going to give it to you. It's a plug. But if you go back, I did a TechNet for a couple years on this channel. It was called the Southwest Florida TechNet till we changed it to Starship Adventures. But this channel started out as Southwest Florida TechNet. And in that TechNet, I had 10 or 15 of some of the best hams you're going to come across. And I had them on a Zoom meeting in Brady Bunch mode, basically, kind of like what you're seeing here. And we all would go through and how to build things. And I built computers live. I switched Windows machines and made them Linux machines live on the air. We built systems. We talked on radios. We programmed things. We did everything you could imagine live on the radio, and I helped people do it. And most of that stuff hasn't changed. So check my channel out as far as go to my channel. I think there's a way to search just my channel. And if you're looking for SSTV, Slow Scan TV, I've got a video for that. If you're looking for FT8, I've got a video for that. So just because I've got a bunch of these newer videos that are a little different, my older stuff's all still in there. I haven't deleted a single thing. And all those old TechNets are still in there. There's even really cool ones archived back a little bit where I did a TechNet the night before Category 5 Hurricane Ian struck here. And we all live here. So you can imagine we're all literally boarding up our houses and hunkering down and beginning the process of surviving a hurricane. And it's kind of neat to go back and watch, the mindset that we had at that moment when the winds were starting to pick up outside, and it was pretty interesting. So there's a lot of really cool stuff like that out there on my channel. So go check it out if you want to. And I also do product reviews. I do a non-biased product review. I don't have the bias against certain makes or certain countries or certain models. So all right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. We're coming up on midnight Eastern time. We're coming up on 9 p.m. on the West Coast, and it has been fun. We've been in here now for 2 hours and 43 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and thank everybody for coming to the channel. I have a much larger following now over the last few weeks because of all the different things I've been covering and doing. It's been quite active, and so I'm encouraged. My channel has seen exponential growth in 1 week, and that's amazing. And so I just really want to thank everybody. You know what's funny, when you get on YouTube, it takes months and months and months to get your first 100 subs. And then it takes months and months and months to get to 1,000, and months and months and months. And it just, no matter what you do, it's just work. But you do eventually get there. And then as you get to 10, 12's a little easier. You know what I'm saying? It starts, the numbers start to stack a little quicker. And they say once you get over 10,000, you're favored in the algorithms a little bit more too. So I'm hoping that, now that that the following will continue to expand. This is going to be fun. This is something I plan to do for a very long time. I eventually become an old man and move to the mountains, and I still plan to be doing this. So there you go. All right, live from Starship Studios. My name's Ian. We're going to keep the other channel up for a while over there on the aircraft tracker. I'll put that information in. If you guys haven't thrown a like and a subscribe on the aircraft channel, did I just put the right one in there? I think I did. If you haven't liked and subscribed on that aircraft tracker channel yet, that's my assistant tonight. That's Simplex Radio, and he's getting his channel started. You guys could really give him a hand tonight by helping him out with a sub over there. It would be awesome. And then in one last shameless plug before I pull the plug, please go give my wife a subscribe. She's been working really hard on her channel now for several years, and she's almost to 1,000, and you guys know how important that is. So if you guys could go give her a like, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, that's what we have here. No more shameless plugs. I do appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to come on tomorrow night for an hour or two, so watch for me. I may make this a regular thing. I haven't decided yet. I do broadcast nets live and things like that, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to mesh all that together. You can get a hold of me by email. My email is my call sign, KO4EFS. That's Kilo, Oscar, 4, Echo, Foxtrot, Sierra, KO4EFS at gmail.com. And I'll be glad to respond in email. If there's anybody out there that really wants to be a mod, you can send me an email. I'm going to appoint a few mods coming up. I don't need a lot of moderation because I have an open chat room, but I am looking for a few people that can just keep an eye on it for me. So other than that, that's what I have out there. We are live in Southwest Florida. This is Starship Studios on Starship Adventures channel. And on behalf of Simplex Radio and Scuffed Radio and Carlotta Alata and all the other channels here, we really appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you tomorrow night on the channel. Have a good night, everybody. 7-3s. I hope to see you on the next adventure or maybe down the log. Have a good night, everybody.